Oh, what's going on, guys? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys. But first things first, as always, hope you guys are having an amazing day. So in today's video, I have something to play for you guys, and I'm going to be showing you guys a new overpowered farming technique. So for this technique, I will be using Benjamin as my hero, and I'm actually going to be using a elite boss as an example for this farming technique. Because for this week, we are going to be playing on Cubism Hard and Poppable mode, so we definitely need to make sure that we have our farming in order, otherwise we're going to end up losing, especially since this is the elite boss. So for this example, I will be starting off with a dart monkey placed here like so, and then we're going to go ahead and save up to buy our Benjamin first thing. Now, one thing I want you guys to know about this strat is that the map where you want to use this strat on, you definitely need to have a little bit of water like so, because we are going to be using the bottom path tier 3 merchantmen as our primary source of income for this example. So like I was saying, the first tower pass placing down the dart monkey is I am going to be buying our Benjamin because we want to get our Benjamin placed down as soon as possible. Now, while we're saving up to buy our Benjamin, I want to give credit to a subscriber named Jet because he's the one who actually showed me this technique. If he did not show me this technique, then I would probably still be stuck on this boss, because this week's boss was actually kind of intense. So now that we have our Benjamin placed out, we can go ahead and speed things up. And then the next thing that we want to go ahead and do is we want to save up to buy a Monkey Buccaneer. So one thing I need to do is I am going to go ahead and set the Monkey Buccaneer to a hotkey really quick. Dude, I love the fact that they incorporated the hotkey into the pause menu. It just makes things so much easier. Alright, so as soon as we're going to place down our first Monkey Buccaneer, we're going to go ahead and do so. And then once we get our first Monkey Buccaneer placed down, I'll go ahead and explain to you guys what we're going to be doing at that current point. So there we go, perfect. So now that we have enough money to go ahead and buy our first Monkey Buccaneer, we're going to go ahead and place him down like so. And then now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this Monkey Buccaneer up to a merchantman. So now that we have this Monkey Buccaneer placed down, like I was saying, we're going to be upgrading him to a merchantman. And then we're going to be placing down 3 merchantmen before we need to place down a different tower to go ahead and deal with round 28. So guys, what I'm going to go ahead and do to save a little bit of time, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to round 27. I'll bring you guys back on round 27. Another thing that I want to say before we fast forward is make sure you guys are very wary on where you actually place your towers, because we will need quite a bit of space in order to fit all the merchantmen that we're going to be using. So now that I went ahead and covered that, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a speedy bit. Alright guys, I'm actually going to bring you back on round 26, because now that we have our 3 merchantmen placed down, upgrade to a 003, the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and grab ourselves an alchemist. So the reason why we decided to go with the alchemist here, opposed to just upgrading one of these Monkey Buccaneers up to grape shots and hot shots, why not go ahead and use a lead to gold to go ahead and make a little bit of money, a little bit more money off of the lead balloons, opposed to just upgrading to a hot shots in order to pop them. Because it actually makes sense, because by popping the lead balloons with lead to gold, you're actually going to end up making a little bit more cash. So we should be able to afford our lead to gold here as soon as we finish up round 27, and there we go. So let's buy our lead to gold. We can go ahead and swap it over to strong, but it really doesn't matter too much because the lead to gold will actually still end up popping the balloons. So now the next thing that we need to do is we actually need to buy 7 more Monkey Buccaneers and upgrade to merchantmen before round 45, I believe, is when we should have all of our Monkey Buccaneers upgraded to merchantmen. Now, it is extremely important that you get 10 Monkey Buccaneers upgraded to merchantmen. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to round 40, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I'm on round 40. Alright guys, here we are on round 40, and the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and upgrade this up to a favorite trades, and we instantly want to grab ourselves a tack shooter like so. Then the reason why we want to grab this tack shooter is because obviously the merchantmen aren't that strong. So we want to have this texture to give a little bit of damage to the Moab balloon. Luckily, we have Ben, which once this Moab balloon pops, is going to pop all of the balloons on the inside. Which if you guys don't have enough money to buy the texture shooter, you could go ahead and activate Ben's level 3, and that should be enough to go ahead and pop the Moab balloon once the Moab balloon gets down here to the bottom. Alright, so now that we've done all that, the next thing that we want to do is we want to wait until round 49. And I know, guys, this is going to be a little bit scary because, I mean, we are on the elite boss balloon. And we're on round 41. And we don't have a defense. Like, we have 10 merchantmen, we have a lead to gold, and we have a overdrive. I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are probably thinking, like, how are we actually going to be able to pop the boss balloon? And I promise, guys, as soon as we get to round 49, you guys are going to see exactly how strong this combination actually is. So while we're waiting until round 48, we're going to go ahead and get a couple of things in place. The first thing that I want to get in place is I want to get this monkey village placed down. We want to get a alchemist placed down, and we also want to get a boomerang boy placed down as well. Now we want to get this boomerang monkey placed down as a little bit of a last stitch effort, or kind of a safety net, just in case the ceramic balloons end up making it a little bit further than we would actually like them to. Alright, so here we are on round 47. We have one more round, and one more round the stars are going to align, and you guys are going to see exactly how strong this farming technique actually is. So what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for three reinforced lead balloons coming through, because once those 3 reinforced lead balloons actually come through, that's our indicator that we're going to end up selling 2 merchantmen and our lead to gold in order to upgrade to the tax zone, the stronger stim, and a tier 3 village. Alright, so there's 1, there's 2, and then the third one should be coming along here in just a second. Perfect. So as soon as it pops over to round 49, we're going to sell our merchantman and our lead to gold, just to make sure that we have enough money to buy everything that we need to buy. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to upgrade this monkey village up to primary training. I want to come over here, upgrade this alchemist up to a stronger stim, and then we can go ahead and buy our tax zone. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to buy a more glaives as soon as possible, because the more glaives is going to be, like I was saying, our safety net, just in case a balloon, or just in case a group of ceramic balloons ends up slipping through. Because as you guys can see, we are absolutely shredding this boss, and that's a lot of balloons that our tax zone needs to deal with. Alright, so there we go. We have our more glaives. Now the next thing that we want to do is we do want to grab ourselves our monkey buccaneers, because we want to go ahead and start getting our our merchantmen back online, because we're not towards the end of our farming technique just yet. Alright, so now that we have officially beaten the boss balloon, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to sell all of these towers, and we're going to come over here, upgrade to a trade empire with grape shots and hot shots. So now that we have all of this, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to change the 8 merchantmen all the way up to 20, which is why it's extremely important that you get good placement on all of your monkey buccaneers, and why you need a bunch of water on the map that you're going to be using this strategy on. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the point where I have 20 merchantmen placed down, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I do. Alright guys, here we are on round 57, and as you guys can see, we have our 20 merchantmen placed down. Now at this current point in time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna upgrade a couple of our merchantmen up to favorite trades, just to give us that little bit of extra cash, and we want to go ahead and slow down our upgrades once we get to like round 58 or 59, pretty much just making sure that we don't overspend. We have enough to buy the towers that we need to buy for round 60. Now, speaking of round 60 and the elite boss fight in general, I'm not going to end up beating the entire elite boss, because this is meant more as a guide for a good farming technique that I recently found out, and I feel like I definitely want to share with you guys, because this technique is actually pretty insane. Alright, so there we go. Round 59, we'll buy one more favorite trades, and then at this point, let's go ahead and get our defense online, because obviously we are going to be dealing with a elite boss on the next round. So it would be really cool to have a little bit of defenses in order to beat that. Now, we may have greeted a little bit harder than we should have, but at the end of the line, as long as we have our tax zone, then we should be good to go. Alright, so now that we have the tax zone placed down, the next thing that we want to do is we want to grab ourselves a monkey village. With this monkey village, we'll go ahead and upgrade it all the way to primary mentoring as soon as we have the money to do so. There we go. Perfect. Speaking of money, dude, this favorite trades is actually very, very good. Alright, so let's go upgrade to stronger sim with perishing potions, and then the last thing that we're going to do for this combo is we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a ice monkey, and we're going to upgrade this ice monkey all the way up to super brittle. And obviously super brittle is going to make it so our attack zone does 5 times damage to the elite boss. And luckily, because we have a couple of merchantmen on our side, we should be able to afford our super brittle on 63. If not 63, then we should be able to afford it on 64. And we don't really need to worry too much about any balloons slipping through, because obviously, I mean, the tax zone paired with primary mentoring is kind of overpowered. Alright, so we should be able to afford our super brittle here in just 1 second. As soon as we can buy our super brittle, we're instantly going to get back into upgrading all of our merchantmen up to favorite trades. But anyways, guys, like I was saying, I'm not going to be doing a full in-depth guide for how to beat the elite boss. This was more of just a sweet farming technique that I think you guys should know, especially since the boss balloon seems to be getting harder and harder. So we definitely need to have better and better farming techniques in order to actually be able to deal with the boss balloon. These balloons are actually making it a little bit further than I would like them to, so I'm going to go ahead and spend a little bit of money on a more glaives just to make sure that we don't have any balloons slip through, because that actually got a little bit sketchy there for a second with all of these balloons like making it as far as they did. I mean, we did end up splurging a little bit more than it's recommended. All right, so let's just go ahead and upgrade to another favorite trades. I do know that it is round 68 right now, and we're getting closer to round 80, and if we don't have everything placed down that we want placed down, then it could end up hurting us just a little bit. Once we get all the merchantmen placed down like that, that's a good technique. But it's past the merchantmen where you add a little bit of pizzazz to make sure that you have enough money in order to afford a vengeful sun god against this elite boss. So there we go. We have all of our monkey buccaneers upgraded to a favorite trade, which is actually kind of insane. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and sell all of these towers. And now we're going to go ahead and buy ourselves some banana farms. So with these banana farms, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place down 3 initially. And because you guys already know I'm super lazy when it comes to farming, I'm going to go ahead and go like so. Place down a couple more of these bad boys. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and place down a monkey village right here. I'm going to upgrade to central market just to make sure that we're not missing out on any cash. So I'm actually going to buy 2 central markets because obviously I'm in the process of placing down banana farms. So I'm actually losing out on quite a bit of cash, which is something that I don't want to do, which is why I bought these 2 marketplaces, because it's actually going to end up making sure that we make quite a bit more monies. Alright, so there we go. Let's go ahead and upgrade these all the way up to banana plantations. And as soon as we do this, we're pretty much good to go. The next important round is actually going to be round 75. On round 75, we need to make sure that we have some sort of defense, because round 75 can get a little bit intense. And what I recommend is going for a crossbow master, because the crossbow master is a tower that is going to be super helpful, especially if you want to go for the paragons. If you guys go for the crossbow master, what it'll allow you to do is get a little bit of pops on your crossbow master before you actually go for the paragon itself. And if you guys are a little bit worried about the balloons making it super far, what you can do is you can upgrade a couple of these up to hot shots. And the hot shots is more than enough to make sure that we don't have any balloons slip through. I do know that it gets a little bit sketchy, especially since we have 0 defense. But again, guys, it's just more about just making sure that we have enough money in order to pretty much buy whatever we would like to buy. So one thing I'm actually going to do that I usually don't do, but I'm going to go ahead and upgrade our monkey village up to Monkey Town and Monkey City, because the Monkey Town and Monkey City actually ends up making us quite a bit more cash. So it's definitely a good investment to go ahead and do that as well. But anyways, guys, at this current point in time, I think you guys already have a handle on what the whole meta for going for the merchantmen, going for the trade empire. Now, at this point in time, I'm pretty much going to leave it in your hands, and you guys can pretty much do whatever you guys would like to do. I do recommend getting quite a few more central markets, and I do recommend going for a banana central at some point. I also recommend getting Monkeyopolis and replacing all of these banana research facilities with some more banana research facilities, because it will make you quite a bit more money. As you guys can see, like, money is super important, and this is definitely the most overpowered farming technique I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys find this farming technique as useful as I have, and you guys can definitely make some easy work of the future boss fights and all that fun stuff. Because, like, it seems like these boss fights are getting harder and harder week by week, and I hope the next boss fight I see is on Bloody Puddles or something insane like that. But anyways, guys, again, massive shout out to the subscriber named Jet. I really appreciate him showing me this. Again, if he did not show me this, I would probably still be stuck on this elite boss balloon. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's vid. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload quite a bit of Bloons Tower Defense 6 content. But anyways, guys, you already know what time it is. I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives. And I will see you guys in the next one.